What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, you guys? So we are back. We are back for another episode review of Married to Madison. Girl, let's just get into it, okay? This season 9, episode 4, party foul. So we get into it and we pick up where we left off with that stupid ass intervention, okay? And I call it stupid because it was very much ineffective, you know. My whole thing is, unless a person is on, some type of substances, whatever, and they doing self-harm or whatever, sometimes you got to pick a right time to intervene, okay? And this just really wasn't, okay? I know that they tried to make it seem like it was an intervention. It was not an intervention. It was an ambush, okay? That's literally what it is, and that is exactly why Heavenly reacted the way that she reacted. It was not coming there from a place of love, even though I'm pretty sure y'all will feel like the things that she probably said about them was not coming from a place of love. Understandable. So that exactly the reason why it was not an intervention. An intervention is coming from people that actually care about you and want to fix things with you and want to see y'all rekindle a relationship or want to see you do better. This is not that, okay? You just trying to get the girl for all the stuff that she said. That's basically what it is. You wanted to embarrass her, and you wanted to embarrass her into giving you an apology. All right. Now I'm going to be 100% honest, and I'm going to say I don't know how much more of this contested storyline I can take, because at this point it's goddamn ridiculous. It's ridiculous because it's just feel like you're grasping for air. We get it. We get it. Okay. Heavenly has talked about all of them. But you can't sit here and act like your ass ain't been on her show and talked about some of them girls too, Contessa. Some of the people that you linked up with, Contessa. Okay? And Contessa, I ain't got nothing against you. Okay? I ain't got nothing against none of the girls. Okay? To be honest. I don't dislike or not like or, have ill feelings or whatever. I just call things how I see it. You know what I'm saying? So, my whole thing is this. If you felt some type of way about the things that were being said about you, and if you felt that that was your friend at the particular moment, what you should have done, if that was your friend, you should have went on ahead. You should have talked to your friend right then and there, okay? And said, hey, friend, either you talk to her on the phone or you get your ass up and you go over there to her house and say, bitch, what the fuck is up? Okay? Because this ain't, no. You don't let months pass. You don't let a whole bunch of time pass. And I said that last week because a bitch like me, I would have said, fuck all this. Okay? You want to come to me months later and I'm sitting here thinking, I don't know, I didn't realize that you had an issue. Well, shit, I would have wished you would have told me before so I can correct the situation. But then again, you also have a person like Heavenly who may or may not take it. You know what I'm saying? Heavenly said that she was really cool and probably closer to Contessa these last couple of seasons or so. So maybe she probably would have took it in stride, and really heard what she said. But then again, she probably wouldn't. But then again, she probably would. But when it comes to people like Toya, she damn sure wouldn't, okay? Heavenly, at the end of the day, I hope Toya wasn't sitting there hoping that she was finna get an apology, because that never was gonna happen. Toya, that lady has apologized to you how many times, and she didn't turn right back around and did the same damn thing. It's just not gonna happen. And at the end of the day, I just feel like, you know what? History repeating itself. Then some shit like this happened with Mariah, because y'all had to remind me about that. Like, girl, listen, it's just what goes on. It's just gonna keep on happening, okay? And unfortunate, all of y'all talk about each other. All of y'all talk about each other, and this just goes to show some people are not to be meant to be friends, okay? Y'all went about this shit the wrong fucking way. The wrong way. And you gotta go look at Heavenly's, video for what she did about the episode from last week, and it's a lot more details in there. You know what I'm saying? When she said that, Scott and the kids was going away, her daughter literally was there, and Contessa brought the daughter in the middle of the whole situation. And I think that's foul as fuck. You have an issue with me. Don't bring your kids in this trying to make me feel even more guilty or whatever, thinking that's gonna help. No, don't put you worried about the kids, but then you put the kids in the midst of it. That's fucked up, okay? But at the end of the day, Contessa, let it go. Let it go, because Heavenly is gonna be Heavenly, and Heavenly has already showed you who the fuck she is. And I'm not trying to give Heavenly a pass. Heavenly was out there talking to Dr. Jackie, because Jackie was the only one who gave a damn. Jackie was the only one who gave a damn to actually go out there and talk to that lady. And she was like, I was just so hurt because you don't do this. But Heavenly, you got to understand where they coming from though. I get, like, with Contessa shit, you just spoke on the whether or not you felt like the husband was being abusive. Verbally, that's what you said. Fine. A lot of us have said it, but we get that it hurt more, and it comes a little bit, it hits a little different when it's your friend that's actually saying it. Granted, you're putting it out there onto the national TV, and you're implying it throughout the whole season without really saying it. Okay, we seen the stuff that was happening. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I get where Contessa coming from. I get where Heavenly is coming from. But Heavenly, you can't sit here and act like these people ain't got a right to be mad at you. And I get that you hurt because you felt like they could have did this a different way, but you can't act like these people ain't got a right to be mad at you. They have every right. And I'm honestly not mad at them for trying to talk to her. It's just the way that they did it. Because eventually you would have had to talk. Okay? Quad is upset about it, because if you're my friend, why would you do some shit like that? But that conversation between Quad and Simone, when Quad was just saying this was the wrong way to do it, because where did we get out of it? We didn't even get to sit down and talk to her about it. We didn't get to the bottom of it. We didn't get nothing. Next thing Simone just wasn't here for a lot of the stuff that was being said. And she tried to put her piece in. Quad trying to put her piece in. Quad, Simone did let your ass talk. Now, when it was time for Simone to talk, Quad tried to interject. And then she said, let me finish. Quad said, well, shit, fish. Bitch, I'm finna get the fuck up out of here. Okay? I said, now, wait a minute, Miss Quad. Sit your ass down and listen to what Simone said. It wasn't nothing to get all hyped up over and to get all up in your feelings. Let the lady talk. Baby, they go back and forth. And she was like, I got a right to talk. I got a right to talk. You want to know why? Man, they are mad at each other. And they were screaming at each other. You know how loud Simone could get. But when Simone said, I can't talk, you want to know why? Because this is America. It is my choice. I fell out. That is a way to bring the tension down. I don't know if she meant to do that on purpose, but that was a good moment. Okay, that was a good moment to bring that tension down, because just about everybody busted out laughing. I was with Toya in this moment. Look at y'all asses. Heavenly got y'all arguing with each other now. Okay, over this bitch. Like, come on. Heavenly out there feeling some type of way, and then Jackie had went in there to go talk to, because everybody was leaving, and Jackie went in there to go talk to Contessa, and she was like, she talking about my marriage and why would she do this, and she did this to y'all and all this stuff, and she was like, you know what? When Heavenly say stuff about me, it don't hurt me, because it means nothing to my life. And I get that, Jackie, but Jackie, I'm going to need you to hold your friend accountable, okay? That is your friend. I don't know if you kind of, I don't want to say scared, but you're a little timid that, she might flip out on your ass. But just because it may not mean nothing to you, because she probably saying some shit that you probably been feeling or was feeling at the time when the whole situation happened between Curtis, because he did commit an actual infidelity, you know what I'm saying? And he got caught, and it got blown up, and y'all got put on blast and all that shit. Your life got disarrayed and everything. So maybe that's like his get back, and you didn't have a problem with Heavenly saying it. That's different from this situation, because they're very much still a couple. Even though it feel like they living behind lies and stuff, they still a couple. But still, at the end of the day, Contessa, I need you to get over it. And I'm sorry to say it like that, but I just feel like, because you can't tell somebody to just get over and move over their hurt or whatever. I just feel like at this point, it's a big put on. It's a big put on, because it's something that could have been handled a long time ago, 5 months ago. Baby, you hurt me. I'm calling you right up, and I'm be like, bitch, let me tell you something. I'll probably give you a couple of days till I calm down. And then I'm going to call you up within that week, and I'm going to be like, listen, we going to need to talk. Okay, because especially if I want to keep that friendship, because that's what happened. We're not going to be perfect in friendships and relationships. We're going to hurt each other sometimes. Sometimes, and most of the times, it's going to be unintentional. So it's okay to just come to that friend and to be like, you hurt me when you said this, even if they think that they did it. And you, as the friend, listen to what your friend is saying, and then take that into consideration and correct it. That's all. That's all. That's all. It's that easy. So you got Toya, the only one that's actually working is Jackie, okay? Jackie somehow be staying out of the stuff unless it was that one season with Buffy. Baby, Buffy still mad at that. Understandable, because Jackie, baby. Jackie. Anyway, she the only one that's work, okay? Everybody else either on break and meeting up. You got Toya. Well, Toya don't work, so the kids must be at school, so she got a little free time to go get some coffee or whatever. And that's no shade. That's no shade. Um, to get some coffee or whatever. She wanted to play a little joke on her, She wanted some little green. Let me tell you something. When I first started getting into juices and like the healthy smoothies and stuff that you make yourself, it was always like, I don't know how that stuff gonna taste, especially the green one. But baby, when you put the shit together the right way, bomb, okay? She be tasting so fucking good. I be like, oh my God. And it just be having me going. Anyway, moving on from that. Somebody gonna be like, coffee do the same thing. That's why I can't barely drink coffee. I used to, girl, I was like, wait a minute. And especially now that I got my gallbladder out, oh, that's a hell no. Okay? That is a hell no. Meanwhile, she get up there, she couldn't play the trick because the little receptionist then fucked it up. But they were sitting there talking about what happened at the little get together and how it went awry and everything. And I'm sitting here like, y'all didn't think it through. Y'all didn't think it through. That's just what it is. And they was upset at the fact that the way Heavenly was they said that she was laughing psychotically. Y'all know that goddamn laugh, okay? So I was just sitting here like, I mean, yeah, okay. But you can put it on her, you can put it on y'all too, because this is not something that y'all actually, like, y'all really just didn't think it through. That's just all it is. Y'all didn't really think it through. And she was just like, her and Eugene going through stuff, but yet, this is what Heavenly uses to pick fodder at, okay? And at the end of the day, do I feel like it's wrong to kick somebody while they're down and they're in a situation? Yes, but that's just how Heavenly is, and that's not an excuse. And when I say that's just how Heavenly is, that means that you could tell that bitch, please don't do this, please don't do this, please don't do this. If she already don't like you, she just gonna keep on, and that's neither funny or that's not right. That's not right. Okay. Yeah, we can crack jokes, but then it gets to a point that when the joke's gonna stop, when we gonna be serious, okay? Because at this point it's like, we get it, you don't like the person, leave them alone. We don't like them, okay? But I feel as though I agree somewhat with Simone, because I had to think about that. Simone said something along the lines of, she likes to Heavenly likes to get up into everybody else's business and talk about everybody else's relationship and put information out there about everybody else's relationship to deflect about what's going on in her own relationship. Because as you notice, we don't know any issues that's really going on with Heavenly. Heavenly has not really presented that. The only thing that we truly know is that she like that daddy like to get his dick sucked. That's it. That's it. And I had to sit back when Simone said that shit. I said, bitch. Because I literally just played back in my mind all of the times that she been on this show from the beginning to now. And we barely know about any issues that's been going on between Dr. Damon and Heavenly. We know about the issue with Curtis and Jackie and his cheating and affairs and, her working too much and all of that. We know about that issue. We know about Simone and Cecil and the fact that they were almost about to go through a divorce. Just about every couple was almost about to go through a divorce on this show because they put all their shit out there. You got right now Contessa and Scott. That was last season. Eugene and Toya, we know about their issues or whatever, or some of their issues, and then people making things about their financial issues and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Quad, and we knew about Quad and her relationship issues with her ex and then what's going on now. But when it comes to freaking Heavenly and Dr. Damon, that bitch is under a lock and key, girl. We don't know no issues that's going on between them. And if she has put it in there, y'all put that shit down in the comments so I can read it, okay? I was like, that is a good point. Toya was like, she had to basically cleanse her energy, wash her hair, and give herself a facial, talk about this thing that they did at church, and, and I get it. But then you go over there to Heavenly, and they also said they feel as though, Dr. Jackie and Quad and Anila, it's almost as if they're enablers to Heavenly. When it comes down to it, it does seem that way. And I say that because just when Dr. Heavenly was sitting down there with Anila, not Anila, but with Jackie, when the whole situation happened, Jackie was basically trying to calm her down. And then Jackie went up in there to talk to Contessa and was basically like, it's okay because the stuff that she said about me, it don't affect me. But you just saying that even though she's saying stuff about you, regardless of if it's affect you or not, she still shouldn't be saying it because you're her friend, right? That's not okay. That's not okay. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't take that. And then, Anila, she's new here. She's new here. And I feel as though she's probably going to stay on or try to stay on Team Heavenly because she don't want that vitriol coming from Heavenly because she could see as of now how that would go. You know what I'm saying? That's honestly how I feel. Quad, she does feel away, but she has yet to truly express it. That's what Simone and her got into it about. She was like, girl, you trying to tell me something, we should have called her on the phone or whatever when your ass took it to the Instagram because she talked about your ass, okay? She said, bitch, I called that bitch out so many times before I took that, and I had every right to do that, okay? I said, all right. But still, I get exactly where they coming from. Both sides kind of make points, but mostly Simone and Toya. I can't believe it, but I agree. I agree. But when Heavenly sat down with Anila, it's just baffling to me when somebody does something to people and they act like they don't know what they did. Like they don't see the shit coming. I said, girl, she said that laughing that she was doing, it wasn't a laughing that, I thought the shit was funny. It was more so of a, I can't believe that this is happening. Understandable. But she went from talking about that to saying how it was messed up and how she thought Contessa was really her friend. If she had an issue, she should have came to me. She should have just came. And I agree with that. But then it turned from that part to her just going down the line talking about something, and then you gonna link up with two bitches that don't even give a fuck about me, okay? Simone, she just a fucking flip flopper, and then Toya, she ain't got no goddamn business. She broke, she this, she that, da 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 da. And I'm just sitting here like, wow, bitch. So this is what they was just talking about, and you just gonna keep on going. You just gonna keep on going. You just gonna keep on going, girl. The lesson was never learned, and I really don't think that it's gonna get learned, okay? And then they get on talking about the whole situation with Quad, and Anila had to tell her, Quad is not mad about the butt comment or whatever. It's more so about the comment of sleeping with married men. And she was like, it was a rumor or whatever. And she was like, girl, who said it and who is it? Now the producer's asking, did you know about the rumor? She's saying, I'm not finna speak on it. That's none of my business and all that shit. But yet she's sitting down there with Anila, still engaging in it, and told her who it is. Told her who said it, who the wife, who did this, and all this stuff, and that is going around. So you still engaging in it. Heavenly ain't gonna learn. Heavenly ain't gonna learn. But and honestly, I don't know if I could be cool with somebody like that because I don't want to be in a situation where I gotta sit back like, on one hand, she could be funny as hell. But then on the other hand, it's like, I don't want to wake up one day and I'm the topic of discussion and you calling my ass a bitch and, I'm this and that. Girl, I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for it. So we see Contessa, she's in the business office of her practice that she opened up with her and Scott. I also feel like the reason why they did not go ahead through with that divorce is because Scott didn't want to have to deal with the dissolution of their practice that they just got together. You know what I'm saying? They were starting on it, and that's when they was having the issues or whatever. So he didn't want to go through all of that shit. So it's like, suck that shit up and let's just go ahead and fix this or whatever, or fake like it's fixed. I don't know. But, she was up in her office doing her actual job. She said they've been open for a whole calendar year, so that's great. Congratulations to you. You know what I'm saying? We need more black doctors out here to be attentive. Because, girl, to us, okay? But, she had this retired NFL player up in there. I forgot his name. Is it Roderick? But I guess he tore his shoulder or something. You know what I'm saying? And that makes sense because you're always throwing. Baby, I just don't. Football is one of those games that I just don't understand why people want to do. Why would you subject yourself to something like that when you know what the consequences could possibly be? The consequences, because, and I'm so glad that Contessa, I will give this to her. When she was checking out old boy, first of all, Contessa, all right now, I saw you. You know, she said she enjoyed her day. That day, feeling on that man's chest. I said, and he was he was showing all the teeth. And I said, all right, you know, Contessa, there you go. Um, you know, I'm so glad that she sat down and she brought up the whole issue about not just checking out how he was physically, but mental and how his brain is doing, you know, the CTE issue. Girl, at one point he said, I mean, I don't think I got anything like that to that level, but hell, I can barely remember 2 phone numbers. I said, oh my God. And that kind of rang alarm bells with contestant and said, I'm gonna give you a recommendation to go to this neurological doctor, whatever, so that you can get some head scans and see how far shit is, and the way that she explained what CTE is. And we've seen what it is, we heard what it is, and that again is what I was saying. I just don't understand why people want to do football when you know what can happen. That is, baby, y'all get paid millions of dollars to get y'all body beat the fuck up on, okay? And to have your brain just be all out of whack, okay? You couldn't pay me enough. You couldn't pay me enough. I'm sorry. There's just certain things that, and if I was to have kids, that is one sport that I would never let my child do. I would never let my child do football. I don't care how good it is. You know, I will. No, I want you in your full body. Okay, you can, and I know a lot of these sports, you can have all these type of injuries or whatever, but when it comes to your brain, I want that to at least be intact. Okay, and with football, that's just not guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? But that was a good scene. I did like that. Moving on from that, you got Anila. Baby, Anila is now figuring out how to be a hands-on mother and all the energy that goes into it. And I know it kind of sounds messed up probably because I don't have kids or whatever, but I feel as though if you're not going to be able to give us, if you're not going to be able to handle it, don't have kids. Okay? And when I say that, especially when you are in a position where you can afford to handle it. And that's the thing. Like, people be like, I want a whole bunch of kids, but it's like, how you gonna devote all that time and energy to give to the children? She is stressed out from just 2 because she didn't have to be there all the time, and she didn't have to do all the mothering and parenting to the kids because she had Miss Gomez. She was spoiled for 4 years. Okay, that's what it was. She was spoiled for 4 years. That's how I look at it. Because now she's struggling. Oh, I gotta get up at this time to get them ready. Then I gotta make sure that this happen. I gotta cook for them. I gotta take them to school. I gotta do a little bit of blogging. Then I gotta pick them up. Then I gotta do homework. Then I gotta cook. And then I gotta do this and da 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 da. And it's just so crazy. I don't, Miss Gomez wasn't just our nanny. She was like their grandmother. And I'm just sitting here like, I feel some type of way that another person has to come in, a stranger has to come in and do your job. And she gets on the phone and she talks to her mom, and she was like, well, we bad kids, but did you have it like this? She said, listen, girl, you will be all right. You will be all right. At this point, it's just showing that she has to actually be hands on now, and she never really was. I'm not gonna say that she never really was. It just seemed like she wasn't that hands on because she's making a big deal out of struggling right now. And I get not wanting somebody else to come in. I truly feel like she can do it. She can do it. I have all faith in her that she can do this. She just needs to put in a little bit more time with actually and put in a routine. There you go. You get a little bit of structure, you get a little bit of routine, and you'll probably feel a little bit less stressed once you get fully into that routine and you keep on doing it, and then it start being a little bit easier. Because yes, I know raising kids is not for the weak, okay? And it's not simple, it's not easy, and especially if you got more than one, it damn sure ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? And so, Anila mama was like, girl, I had all of y'all asses. I ain't had no money. I ain't had no people out here helping me or whatever, and I got through it. I said, I mean, I get that. Different times, different era, you had to, but, it is what it is. Y'all tell me y'all opinion about that, especially your mothers and parents out there, and don't say, well, you can't speak on this. I can speak on whatever the hell it is I can speak on because that's what I did, okay? I hate when people say, well, you ain't got kids, or you ain't in no relationships, or you can't. That don't stop me from doing, stop that. We can't. Child, Heavenly gonna go up there since we talking about people, whatever, in her relationship. She is in there and Dr. Damon coming in. Hey babe, how you doing? Hey baby, how you doing? I just sitting up in here getting ready for all this stuff. Girl, do you know her voice changed when she talked to Damon? It get really high pitched and kind of like baby-fied. I mean, I know you call that man daddy, but damn, you baby? Hey, buddy. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's just a little weird to me, okay? And then it's almost as if she does it so that he can be on her side and soften the blow for the shit that she might have to say to her. I mean, to him when she know that she done fucked up because she was sitting there up there trying to tell him the whole situation about what happened and, and they did this to me and, I didn't ever know that Contessa felt that way and I never think that she would do something like that. And then you gonna link up with people that you already know that I have an issue with. But daddy, I just don't understand. I'm sitting here like, Heavenly, talk to that man like he a grown man. Heavenly, talk to that man like he a grown man. See, Damon said, but, people that know Heavenly, they know that she's very humorous, and they get her sense of humor. But at the same time, Heavenly, you have to understand that people can take things the way that they want to take things, and you have to have respect, and it's going to hurt people sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You can't be so aggressive, because us men, we're talking about Contessa. Oh, okay. But us men, we're already aggressive, But, if you hurt somebody, I said, what is going on? I kind of got out of that Damon said, yeah, I know this your sense of humor without saying it, but I'm finna interpret. And this could be wrong, but I know that's your sense of humor, and other people may understand that that's your sense of humor, but that don't mean that they find the shit funny. And yeah, you can say what you want to say, but you have to understand that, you can't go around hurting people, okay? That's just what it is, So they getting ready for a costume Halloween party that's about to happen at Simone's house or whatever. And she got him a costume being he gonna be Pharaoh, she gonna be Cleopatra or whatever. I said, ain't that what Contessa had on at Anila's shit or not shit, but what was it? The Volley at the beginning of Housewarming Party, whatever, at the beginning of the episode season. I said, so y'all went to Party City and y'all both got the same thing off of Amazon. That's cute. Damon said, bitch, why would you get something that why would you give me something that you know that I'm not gonna like? I'm not about to have my ass out. Put this back. She went up in there. She was like, listen, I'm finna change. Don't come up in here. I'm naked. Oh, so you said don't come in? I said, I'm gonna be honest. I just don't get their relationship. I honestly don't get it. I've never gotten it. I just don't understand. And I'm gonna tell you why, because I know opposites attract, and then you need somebody to smooth you out and calm you out. I just could not be with a person like Heavenly, like, because she 9 out of 10, she probably don't act the way that she act with all the girls. She probably act, demure and soft spoken or whatever, the way that she was with her man. But I still like, girl, I don't get it. I don't get it. But anyway, it's time for the party. Everybody shows up. Cecil dressed up as one of the guys from, Money Heist. I have yet to look at that in full. First of all, it got subtitles. I don't feel like reading. I gotta get it to a time where I actually feel like reading it and I got time to do all that. But you got that going on. I don't know who Simone was dressed up as. I missed it. I know Quad came in. She was Wonder Woman. Girl, when Toya and Eugene came in there, I said the disrespect, but okay, I get it. Because I was sitting here confused. I was confused as hell. They was like, you don't get who we are. Well, you don't get who we are. And then I was like, why is this shit on his head? And then somebody said Bob Marley. He was like, Jay-Z. I said, I'm offended. I'm offended. Because even though Jay-Z locks does look like, but bitch, I'm offended. And she was like, I'm Beyonce because we Jay-Z and Beyonce because they're a billionaire power couple and we feel like we are a power couple and we almost was billionaire. I said, girl, all right, it's great to have hope, okay? It's great to have hope. So I ain't even gonna do that. And honestly, Toya would have been me because I would have put some simple shit on just like that. Bitch, throw a Adidas tracksuit on and say Abbey Park. There you go. That's my Halloween costume, okay? Because I ain't finna dress up and do all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It take a lot for a big bitch like me to do something like that, girl. Do you got it in my size? Okay, I ain't got time for that. Anyway, so as everybody's talking, you got Curtis and Jackie coming in as the pirates and everything. That was cute. Next thing you know, a U-Haul truck come pulling up. Beep, 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 beep. Y'all come outside. We're looking for the Harrises. We're looking for the Harrises. We're about to help you move to the next place that you're going to move to, that you're going to move from that. Now, on the one hand, ha ha ha. But on the other hand, why? Why? If y'all are trying to get back on even footing, why would you think something like this was funny? I didn't find it funny. I really didn't. I thought like this is. I know you're trying to be like trying to put the past in the past. That's what it felt like they was trying to go for. But I can see how Eugene and Toya can be offended. Okay, because I think I most likely would have been offended. Like, girl, we ain't even on that type of level, and we ain't even there yet for you to be doing some shit like this. But hey, maybe that's just me. So Anila and her husband thought it was funny to show up as a whole moving crew to move Toya and Eugene. And I get that it's a joke. I get that it's supposed to be funny. Ha ha ha. Some of y'all probably found it funny too. And that's mainly because y'all don't like Toya. Understandable. But if I was in that situation and if it was somebody that I am trying or I've had issue with just a few months ago, we are not friends again. We're trying to get back, and in the process of that you pull this stunt. You think I'm gonna laugh along with it? No, I'm not gonna laugh along with it. I'm gonna feel embarrassed. I'm gonna feel embarrassed because people are already saying stuff about my finances. People are already making fun of us because yes, we moved from house to house to house, and yes, we did put it out there, but it's also equally embarrassing because we're trying to be a little bit transparent. You know what I'm saying? That's how I would look at it, and that's how I would feel. And for Karen to be like, so lackadaisical about it when you see Eugene is upset because Eugene whole thing is me and you never had no beef. Yeah, this is what happens between the women. They get into the issues or whatever, they stop talking, they muscling back and forth, but the men, we stay out of it. But now you're attaching yourself to your wife in this issue that she has with my wife, and now you're being a part of it. And it's like, why would you do that? Because now you're not just coming at my wife, you're not your wife coming at my wife, if you both of y'all coming at us. Like, for what? Because for the sake of a joke. And now, Karen like, well, y'all put y'all business out there, this is what part of y'all storyline or whatever, so what's the problem? And I'm sitting here like, well, Karen, you will be laughing. Anila, you will laugh when people start making fun of the fact that you act like you can't be a mother to your own kids. Like, you acting like it's so hard to be a mother to your own kids. You wouldn't find that shit funny. You really wouldn't. Because that's a touchy subject. And for them, their moving situation and their housing and their financial situation is a touchy subject. Regardless of how, let's take our feelings out because we've all said some negative things about Toya and them, but let's just take it out and put yourself in that position. It's not funny, especially when we are not on that level. And that's what Cecil tried to say to Kieran. I could see if y'all was cool, then yeah. And then it'd be in a good space, then okay, that'd have been funny. And then Eugene said, bitch, I don't care if it was a good space or not. It just wasn't funny. Because who likes to be the butt of a joke? Especially when you already been the butt of the joke. So I just feel like Eugene, that was a little tipping point for him, and he's so fucking stressed out. So that's why he got pissed. And then Toya like, well, damn, bitch, I'm all up in your mind. Because I probably would have felt that shit too. Nobody else felt the need to make a spectacle of this whole situation, but y'all felt the need to make a spectacle of it and then to pull everybody else into it by doing it in front of everybody, so they're embarrassed. And so that's why they're reacting the way that they're reacting. Eugene wanted to leave, and Kieran really feel like he did nothing wrong, and Anita and Kieran really feel like they did that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, no. I if you're trying to be friends with somebody, that's not the way that you go about it. Okay? Heavily wind up taking Quad to the side and telling her that she's sorry about, the married man comment. And, Quad basically said, it hurt because people know that you my friend. And so for you to put that out there, they're going to try to believe that because it's like you're confirming some shit like that, you know, and you know that it's not true. And then the producers even asked her, now how come you apologizing to her about putting it out there or saying something about it, but yet you sitting there with Anila telling the name of it? I ain't put it out there. I ain't confirming. But you sitting there with Anita spreading this shit still. You gave her a whole name and everything and said that the lady out there saying the same. I said, see, I can't be a friend with Heavenly. I really can't. I would be able to just laugh at her from afar. But to get personal and all that shit, no. And Quad said the next time she do some shit like this, that friendship is just gonna be over, okay? Eugene wanted to leave, but you know, he decided to stay, of course. And even Heavenly talking about, you know, Dr. Jackie, when she was like, what Curtis said, oh, he probably left with another woman. I mean, y'all find that funny? Y'all joking y'all friends? I mean, we joking our friends, but I guess since it passed, I guess they can do that, but I probably feel away too. But hey, it is what it is. Everybody's sensitive these days. You just don't know what people going through. But that's a touchy subject. Honestly, I understood the frustration with Eugene. I really did, you know. He stressed the fuck out. That's the only pass I can get to him. So the men meet up, and you got some extra dudes. You got Scott. Okay, first of all, Contessa didn't come to the party because Scott gonna tell his sister, you know, well, at first he told everybody else. Well, Contessa told everybody else that she was out of town. Scott told his sister, no, she at the crib just studying for a test or whatever. She said, I don't want to be around them after all that shit. Okay, that's all you had to say. You didn't have to lie. But, you know, they show up, and of course Eugene is there. They trying to get to the bottom of it. Cecil said, at first I did think that the whole thing was a joke, and it was funny, but I understood your perspective after you said what it is. And his whole thing is, if he apologizes, okay. If he don't, that's fine too. Now we know where we stand at. Karen shows up with them eyes like this, you know. And this is my issue. If you are my friend, we've never had an issue with each other, and I'm telling you that you offended me, you offended my wife, you offended this person that's close to me or whatever, you offended me personally, and I thought that we was cool because we never had an issue, just apologize, but don't say nothing else after that, because then that means that you really don't give a damn. And I truly feel that that's what it is with Karen, because Karen said, well, because Eugene literally said, I don't like to be made the butt of a joke. To be made the butt of a joke by somebody that I thought I was okay with and we never had an issue, it offended him. Okay, he expressed himself, right? And then Karen says, well, the fact that you feel offended, I'm sorry that it offended you, but I still think the shit is fucking funny. And I'm sitting here like, oh my God, you don't get it. When you apologize to somebody and you are sincere about it and you mean it, you just say, I am sorry for hurting your feelings. I am sorry that this came off this way. That's not what it was meant for, okay? And I won't do it again. You don't double down on it. Like Eugene said, you're doubling down on the insult. I'm telling you that it was not funny to me. And if you felt that it's funny, you keep that part to yourself. Okay? That's what you keep to yourself. But then Karen wants to go and say, well, shit, I won't say nothing else then. I keep all the jokes to myself. I won't make no jokes and I'll be the dullest motherfucker here. Okay? And then Eugene was like, bitch, call me a motherfucker. I said, now hold on. He ain't really call you no motherfucker. He just said he'll be the dullest motherfucker, okay? But Karen, what you don't understand is you offended someone and you continue to offend them in your so-called apology. And the reason why you keep doing that is because you don't care. You don't think you did anything wrong to this person, even though the person is telling you that you hurt them. And that's kind of fucked up. You a doctor, you should understand this. I will hope so. I don't know the correlation, but I'm just saying you mature, you smart, you should understand. When somebody tell that you offend them, it's okay to say, I'm sorry, and to leave it at that. You know? I said, child, this is a mess. Now, usually I probably would have found something funny like this, but then it just really wasn't funny to me. In all actuality, I just didn't laugh at it. I thought it was corny. I thought it was really, really corny. That's what it was, okay? And then for you to... Because we all know that the men don't get involved. And then you got involved. You crossed the line, I guess, in the reality world when the women going at it, stay out of women's business, okay? But you joined it, and I guess that was a taboo. So, taboo. But yeah, y'all tell me how y'all feel about that issue. And that is the end of the episode, and I will see you guys later. Peace.